Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of FFC. I'm your host, Coach. Coach decided to take another approach today. See, because as Coach Sanders felt, he took it personal. Why we gotta come for Coach? Because the way he looked. What's wrong with him? He 2-0. But you got a problem. Because he don't take his hat off in front of a adult. He a whole old adult himself. You coming at him like he a child in front of the press. He's a grown man talking to other grown folk. And you got a problem because of the way he look. I said, okay, no problem. I like the way he looks. I'm gonna look like that too. How about that? Now you done started something. Now you done start. Don't go out there and lose. Don't go out there and let Colorado put the brakes on your mouth. Because you might lose your job. Now, seeing as that is for CTC, Carl Talking College, we're going to leave that over there. But we are going to use today's episode and we're going to analyze a 2-0 Colorado coach, Deion Sanders. How about that? That's how we're going to spend today's episode, dressed as Coach Sanders with a little championship wardrobe. That's all, juice it up a little bit. Hey, but today's episode ain't about me. It ain't about Coach Sanders. It's about fantasy. Hey, I ain't got to apologize today. Coach ain't got no apologies. You want to know why? Because if you didn't listen to Coach, you did not do a good job last night in fantasy. So, who should have started last night? Well, I did say start Cousins. I told you Cousins was good for 2 touchdowns, 250 plus. And he came out here and threw for over 300 yards, 4 touchdowns, and a pick. But hey, all in all, he had 28 points in fantasy. So if you started Kirk Cousins, good job. I did say start Kirk Cousins. I actually even said do not start any of these defenses. Because why? I said it was going to be a pretty high scoring game. What did I say? I said I called it on the Refuse to Lose show last night as a guest. Thank you, gentlemen, for having me. I said, what did I say? 34-30? It was 34-28. Hey, 2 points off. I could take it. But I did have Eagles winning that game. But I didn't want anybody to start any of those defenses because I did believe that both teams would score. Before we continue, because I don't have to apologize, I said don't start Alexander Madison. I didn't say don't start Alexander Madison because Alexander Madison sucks. I said don't start him because you're not running the ball on this Eagles defense. That doesn't mean the Eagles defense should be started. It doesn't mean the Eagles defense was going to play lights out. I fixed that. What I was saying was you're not running the ball on this Eagles defense. They have an amazing front seven. They're not running the football. So don't start him. Okay? So for every person that sent death threats, racist slurs, and came at this man because he didn't have a good game against an Eagles defense, you should not have started him. That's your fault. You mad at somebody because you don't know football. You lost a lot of money that you spent because why? His name. Because why? His position. Because he's a starter. You thought that was supposed to do something against this Eagles defense? That's your fault not knowing football. So now because you mad that he didn't do nothing for your fantasy team, for your betting, okay, for your parlay, for whatever reason you decided, most likely when it comes to money and a loss, that's where evil decides to rear its ugly head. That's how it always happens. We just happen to get the slurs behind it because that's the only thing they can come up with. Okay? If Alexander Madison rushed for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns, he'd be praised like a god. But he fumbled, he didn't do good, and he did not score. Now he's a racist slur. This is going to continue. It happened in Alabama. Now it's over here. Where'd they play? Philly. 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 Hey, look. I'll be honest with you. Them fans don't deserve nothing. They raw. They too raw. It's unacceptable to talk to people the way y'all talk. It's a football game, pimp. It's a football game. Why, especially with women like that, why is there so much disrespect just because these people have on the opposing jersey? Like you can talk trash without being belligerently evil. Like, we ain't supposed to be talking fantasy. And because of fantasy and how these people affect fantasy, I gotta sit here and have these one-on-one deep discussions about what we should not be doing. Like, come on, are we really at this stage and age in 2023? We got cars getting ready to fly. We really still dealing with this garbage? Aliens live among us. Or if you ain't known that by now. But I mean, come on. This is what we really finna deal with. Sharks are swimming closer to the shoreline. Ain't anybody paying attention to that now, huh? But we still calling slurs to people like, come on, fam. Come on, dog. I got hit you with the boosie. I got hit not the whole world with the boosie. Come on, dog. We still dealing with all this crap. Alexander Madison, from a fan of the NFL, I apologize. Not for them idiots. The fact that you have to still, in this day and age, deal with this hot garbage. You're a good person, bro. You don't deserve none of that. You go out there and you still play football. Should fantasy players have started you against the Eagles defense? No, the Eagles defense is elite. Like, come on. If he plays San Francisco, don't start Alexander Madison. That defense is elite. You're not running. But no, y'all just hopped on the bandwagon if he's a starting running back and he should be able to. No. If you didn't pay attention to what the Patriots could not do, who was that on? The arm of Mac Jones. He threw what? 4 touchdowns. What did Kirk Cousins just do? Throw 4 touchdowns. But look, when did half of that come? Late in the game when the Eagles defense, you weren't going to beat them. You understand what I'm telling you? They pretty much took the gas out of you way they ran the ball at the end of the game. And still it was able to score with Swift just to seal the deal. Like, you're not running the ball on the Eagles. So for you idiots that want to be racist, oops, that's what you get. Now your money gone. Oh well, the best you can come up with is being a racist. Oh, it's nothing new to us. Anyway, so Kirk Cousins had a great game. 28 points in fantasy football, 31 for 44, 300. Let me make this bigger. 300 and there we go. 364 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 fumble. DeAndre Swift. Hey, our coach said start Swift. Coach said start Swift. I said it on the show. I listed off everybody I told you all to start. I even ended the game. Sorry, ended the show after my final thoughts and said start Jake Elliott. I think the camera cut off on me at the end, but hopefully that was heard by everybody. But DeAndre Swift, 175 rushing yards, 1 touchdown, 3 receptions for 6 yards. Look here, 27 points off that 175 and a touch. I want to tell you guys something. Gainwell will be back. Gainwell will be number 2 behind DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift just solidified the starting role. If you don't believe me, go play Byron Scott then. But DeAndre Swift, here's the thing. It was a Thursday night game. It was put in his hands. He had one job, 175 yards and a touchdowns. He did more than what his job was asked. I'm telling you that right now. That's your starting running back right there. Sorry, A.J. Brown. Sorry, bust. You was a bust. You didn't do too good last night, bro. Hey, look, and it's not half of that ain't your fault. I get it. You over here screaming at your quarterback on the sideline when, yeah, a corner, I get it. Your arm got grabbed and you know, it didn't count. However, I also saw a toe drag, almost swag, but it was second down because why? You didn't secure the ball as you're going about. I saw that ball. The referee saw that hand lift up, and that ball just lost just slightly as you were going out of bounds. So you did not secure it all the way through. I hate that rule too, but that's the rule. So that was one that you did not secure because I'm not sure why you had to lift your hands up to re-secure. It was weird. You had the ball in your hand, just told your ass swag and fall. I don't know. It was weird. And then there was a few other catches where hit your hands, popped out, or sailed over, was too high. I don't know. the direction just didn't go your way, and you can't be mad at you're on a team where there's other receivers. Dude, you're not the number one. I don't know if that's what you were screaming on the sideline for. I don't know, but the ball just you got to understand the ball went another direction. Ball went another direction. That's just what it is. Uh, Jalen Hurts saw other things. I, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you're mad at the fact that you only got 100 yards in 2 games, so you're pretty much low on the receiving part. I mean, come back next game and ball out. Maybe, I don't know. I I've told people this year to let's say stay away from AJ Brown. I didn't think his value was too high to draft, but I was weary because I really felt like for some reason this was going to be Devontae Smith's year. That was my only holdback of going too high on AJ Brown. 1,400 yards you saw last year. I'm not seeing that again. I don't see it. And we starting off the season only with 100 yards off 2 games. One with 26, 29 yards, and another with 76 and 79 yards. That's it. And funny thing was that was kind of what Tennessee was. I don't know. I I don't know. Um, Here or bust this week. It happens to the best of them. Hey, Jefferson was starting off kind of rough. He was getting a little frustrated. He was getting a little mad on the sideline. He even fumbled. But Buddy came off 11 receptions, 159 yards. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get in the end zone, but what did he do? Buddy went to work on the field. You do what you can to help your team. That's what you got to do. Is you on the field blocking AJ Brown? No. You either run a route or they're pulling you off the field. You either run a route or they're pulling you off the field. You don't stay on the field, bro. TJ Hawkinson. Good. I said start TJ. 7 receptions, 66 yards, 2 touchdowns. Dallas Goedert had a decent game. It is just again, my biggest thing about Dallas Goedert this year is don't expect too high. He'll creep slow, but he'll creep you to them 11 points, 12 points, hopefully a little 16 if he can get in the end zone. But there are other primary priority weapons that Goddard is the main blocker and the fourth option in passing. He's an escape route guy. He's going to be good just for those quick 9 yards catch, which is fine. That's how I'm saying he's going to be good for like 5 catches for almost close to 40, maybe 50 yards a game. So there's nothing wrong with that. He may slip a touchdown here and there, but again, that's what I'm saying. He'll creep you those 11, 12 points. Hawkinson, that's number 2. That's the number 2 target in Minnesota. This is why my man had 7 receptions. Okay. 11 receptions went to number 1. Okay. Addison, I think 3 or 4 targets. So yeah, he's 3 on the target list. All right. And of course, Osborne. I said don't start him. And if you're gonna start him, that's fine. If you started him, I hope you didn't need to. He only got a touchdown. I mean, he didn't do any other work outside of catching. I think it was 1 catch for a touchdown. So all he did was vulture a touchdown from one of these other receivers, i.e. Jefferson, okay? And that was a double team on him. So Osborne was wide open. Why would you not throw it there? Why would you force the ball? That's what I'm liking about Kirky this year. So far, outside of this fumble, it seems as though the decision-making is so much better than last year, almost maintained. It's just there's nothing there that are getting them the wins. You know what I mean? Like their defense is very soft. They play a soft cover too. That coach has got to figure it out, and he's out the door. Like I'm telling you, I didn't like him coming in. I really thought he was just too young to really put this team over. And so far to me, it's showing. So he's 0-2. Minnesota is the worst team in the NFL right now. Go figure. I had these boys number 1 in the division. And it looked like that's going to go to the Green Bay Packers if they can get past Atlanta or the Detroit Lions. So we'll see. But Minnesota looks like they're going to be in 4th place because it's hard, and especially going to be in this division, especially in the NFC conference, it's hard in last place coming out of this 0-2. It's hard. Like, think about it. Like, Even if they win next week, they're going to be 1-2 with a whole bunch of other 1-2s. And I believe because they were first, depending on who wins and last, they still probably going to stay at the bottom of that 1-2. Okay. So they will probably be in the last place. So they ain't looking too high. I get the points in there for fantasy. So again, I told you they were going to lose, and I still told you to start all three of those players. And lo and behold, Jalen Hurts, 25 points. Hey, I told you this move was going to be good for 3 to 4 touchdowns. Here we are. Okay. Two of them were I said he was either going to have two in the air, one on the ground, or two on the ground, one in the air. Here we are. 193 yards. I said he was going to throw around 200. Didn't think it was going to be too fancy. He's 193, 18 for 23. He rushed for 35 yards. He had one touchdown in the air and two on the ground. 25 points for Jalen Hurts. It's going to be there and up for Jalen most of the time. It's going to you don't still have a couple games this year where he'll drop 12, 13, and that's if he doesn't score any touchdowns because he doesn't really put up big yardage. That's going to be the only issue. But hey, they got a beautiful goal. They got a beautiful goal line rush. Like it's going to hurt. I don't care who's in the game. They're not going to waste a goal line rush on anything but that push. Period. And I like it. That's smart football. That is a coach that knows what type of offensive line deal. For 100%, if I'm not mistaken, on any type of 1 yard line rush, whether it's 4th and 1, 3rd and 1, no matter what it is, when it's that push and it's Jalen with that ball because he's tall, because he can go over the top, and because the offensive line has already given him the space. Like you're not pushing past the boys. So as great as that defensive line is for no, never mind. I'm thinking about the wrong defensive line. That defensive line for Minnesota had no shot or chance against that Eagles offensive line. Not at all. Um, so those are the stars of last night's game. Great game. I loved it. I enjoyed it. The R2L chats were going crazy. It was awesome. Vaughn, my man, hey, Goddard, I think you saved Vaughn. I think you did. He gonna let me know if I'm gonna after when I get a chance, I'm gonna check with him, see how your numbers did. But he was praying for you to just get, just get the 45 yards, I think it was that he needed. And I believe you got it. I was saying Goddard's gonna be good for it, but it's gonna creep on the season. Or creep on the what I'm looking for. Um, it's going to creep through the game. It's going to creep on it through the game. All right. So now we move over to pull up my sheet here. Because now we are going to move over to starting sits for week 2. All right. So we're going to go through every position of start and sits. Okay. We're going to basically go down these quarterbacks. We're going to go down to the running backs, wide receivers, tight ends. We're going to go through the kickers and the defense as well. I'll break it down because depending on the league, like if it's an 8-man, 10-man, certain players, yeah, you should be starting. Certain players, no, not you don't need them because there has to be something, better depending on the amount of league owners that there are, playing 8-man, 10, 12, 15, 14, 16, or super flex, stuff like that. So for instance, i.e. Jacksonville Jaguars, Patrick Mahomes is on the road. So we start Patrick Mahomes. He is an automatic start every week. The dude is football. When does Patrick Mahomes ever let you down? Real talk. When does Patrick Mahomes ever let you down and tell you to bench Patrick Mahomes? I don't think Patrick Mahomes has actually ever been benched outside of secret. They could play, you had no choice. Like outside of that, there's never been a game where you looked at Patrick Mahomes, say Hut, and you had that man on your bench. Okay. Obviously, Jalen Hurts was a start. Lamar Jackson against Cincinnati Bengals is a start. Josh Allen against Las Vegas is a start. Joe Burrow against Baltimore. Well, look, I'm going to tell you to start Joe Burrow because why? it's week 1 and 2. All right. They had a bad game. Hopefully, we know what he can do. We know what the ability is of Joe Burrow. He's a 5,000-yard quarterback. He probably won't be that this year because of how bad it was last week. But um, he should bounce back. And if it is a good bounce back, great. We had Joe Burrow. We don't bench Joe Burrow. Okay. We don't bench Joe Burrow until Joe Burrow shows us he doesn't know how to play football anymore. That wasn't that in week 1. What week 1 was he didn't play preseason. He didn't do nothing in preseason. All right. So hopefully week 2 is a little bit better. Um, I say bench Joe Burrow because I don't think this is going to be a high scoring game. Bench Joe Burrow. I'm going to say start Lamar Jackson because even if the Ravens win 2017, right? Lamar Jackson could have rushed for 2 of those touchdowns. All right. I'm almost thinking in this game it's going to be so low scoring. I don't know. I don't even know if I want to start Lamar Jackson, to be honest with you. Oh, this one. I think I'm benching both of them. If you got another quarterback if you have another quarterback, you may need to bench both Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson for this week. It's just I don't know. I don't think it's going to be that high scoring of a game. I, oof, it's a home game for Cincinnati. I think I have Cincinnati winning this game due to it being a home game. But still could be like 17-13. You know what I mean? Like a real ugly, ugly game. And that is very possible. And that's kind of where I'm leaning. Uh, so don't start Joe Burrow and don't start Lamar Jackson unless that's the best on your roster, then you don't have a choice. All right. If you have something else, like if you have Tua, okay, if you got Anthony Richardson, yeah, start them. Okay. So yeah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't start Justin Fields in Tampa Bay. Start Trevor Lawrence, absolutely against Kansas City. I'm starting Justin Herbert against Tennessee. I'm starting Tua against New England. I'm starting Anthony Richardson against Houston. He showed me in week 1 against Jacksonville. That's not a it's not no easy team now. All right. Obviously, Jacksonville still got the win, but what he was able to do against Jacksonville, and let me tell you something, my man got a smile on his face over there in Indiana. Michael Pittman, he like his quarterback. And I like what I see with Michael Pittman liking his quarterback. So we're gonna get to that. But yeah, start Anthony Richardson, absolutely, and Tua. Daniel Jones against Arizona, start Daniel Jones. Uh ooh, no, don't start Daniel Jones. They need to prove to me that that blowout was not a fluke. And they should have to prove that to every single last one. There has to be another option for you that's not Daniel Jones. Do not start Daniel Jones against this Cardinals defense. This Cardinals defense put up 20 points last week in a loss. So no. And I wouldn't be surprised if they mess around and win this game against the Giants because how horrible they looked against the Cowboys. No, don't start Daniel Jones. Not at all. Deshaun Watson against Pittsburgh. It's going to be a division game. It's not going to be high scoring. No, do not start Deshaun Watson if you don't have to. If you have to, I would have drafted him. But if you have to, you don't have a choice. So if you have every other option to do, if you got somebody to drop on your roster at the waiver wire and grab yourself another receiver, grab yourself another quarterback, please do that. Please, please, please do that. All right. I'm starting Jared Goff against Seattle. Even if Seattle somehow wins this game. I don't think so though. I think I'm gonna lean towards Detroit winning this game. I don't like what I saw. I think Detroit's defense is really, really good, and I think they're gonna put some. Oh, I don't. Oh, poor Gino. I thought it was. I thought it was true. If you go down 0-2, oh no, 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 it ain't gonna be good for you. But yeah, I'll go ahead and start Jared Goff against Seattle. I like what I saw against Kansas City. Granted, it was a 1-point win, Granted, some pieces were missing from Kansas City. That still didn't stop Detroit from doing what they were doing on offense. Okay. And he has a wonderful, wonderful weapon in Amon-Ra St. Brown. And I'm liking that rookie tight end that he has over there too. So I'm starting Jared Goff. Yes. And we're Josh Reynolds. Okay. Look, Josh Reynolds could be taking over as a nice flex option for people. So please keep him on your radar. If he does what I think he can do against Seattle, Josh Reynolds should be on people's rosters, on people's bench after this week's waiver wire. All right. Geno Smith. I'm benching Geno Smith against Detroit. Do not play Geno Smith against Detroit. Matthew Stafford against San Francisco. No, don't do that. Don't do that. After what San Francisco did to Pittsburgh, I'm assuming they're going to possibly try to do that crap again. And again. And again. And again. And San Francisco might be in the Super Bowl because I think they're pissed. I think San Francisco is so angry at how it was taken from them in that NFC Championship game. It was taken. Okay? Taken. They wanted every piece of Patrick Mahomes. They wanted it all. And it was taken from them the minute Purdy went down. So this is like a revenge year. And I like, even if Pittsburgh Steelers come out and just go balls crazy this weekend, right? I'm gonna say, well, dang, I really think San Francisco really was just mad and took that. I think they're mad. I really do. Like, think everyone, the coach, the quarterback, the receivers, the defense, the kicker, the specials, they're all mad. The owner, John Lynch, they are. I mean, you can feel when a team really gets like that, they're gonna dominate. I think they are. I really do. I think they're gonna bulldoze through a lot of people, especially if it's through these Rams and if they make the Rams look like they made the Pittsburgh Steelers look. I'm gonna pray for anybody that has to play San Francisco. Point blank, period. Because it's not gonna be pretty. Uh, Hell, AJ, you should be more supportive like Debo was. He was over there cheering for his boy. I took that shot. Yeah, I did. Anyway, it's Coach Show. I took it personal. All right, Washington, Russell Wilson. No, do not start Russell Wilson against Washington. He'll look good, but he might only get you one touchdown, pimp. Washington is going to look good on defense this week. I do think so. Howell needs to clean up those mistakes. I'm glad they got the win against the Cardinals. All right, but you're playing against Sean Payton and these Broncos. Those mistakes can't happen. That defense will tear you to shreds. Do you start saying Howell this weekend? No, because of that Broncos defense. That is not possible. Please do not do that to yourself. He rides the bench this weekend, okay? All right. We all knew to start Kirk Cousins because Coach told you to, and he got you 28 points. Dak Prescott against the New York Jets. I'm going to say no, and here's why. I don't think Dak is going to play bad. I don't think Dak is going to throw a lot of touchdowns. He may have one. I think they're going to really rely heavily on this defense, especially because it's Zach Wilson, bro. It's Zach Wilson. Do not let us sit up here and act like he won us that game. It was an overtime kickoff return and the crappiness of the Bills why the Jets won that game. You're going to go against these Cowboys that has a cornerback that likes to use explicit languages against his own quarterback. And this is why I say I don't think it's a personal thing he does. I just think it's who he is. And so don't take it personal, okay? But he do it to his own brother, okay? Calling him, calling him what he called him. So if he can do that to his quarterback, and if he can do that to his brother, Zach Wilson. What you think? Hey, Zach Wilson. Good luck. Good luck. You might throw 4 picks in this game. Yeah. Yeah, Ryan Salva, you said y'all talking about y'all ride with Zach Wilson. Cowboys gonna change your mind after this game. I promise you that. Tomo, sit back, pimp, put on your Dion shades in front of your TV and watch that beautiful Cowboys Jets game, okay? Because it's gonna be a slaughter. Them Jets fans same way. Look, when Aaron Rodgers win, oh God, they might walk out the stadium, bro. Let me stop talking because I be jinxing things too much. All right, Jordan Love against Atlanta. Jordan Love against Atlanta. I really like what I saw about out of Green Bay. This is a toss-up game. It's at Atlanta. Could Green Bay win? Yeah, but I like what I saw at Atlanta too in the running game, and I think they can run on Green Bay. I'm gonna pick Atlanta to win this game. I can't believe I'm saying this. No, I'm not saying that crap. You think I am? You thought that was you thought I was serious? No, I'm gonna pick Green Bay to win this game. Ha! You thought y'all see? You can't tell. Not just, no, I'm not picking Atlanta to win this game. Even if they do, no, I'm not picking that crap. I'm picking Green Bay. I like better what I saw out of Green Bay. All right, they look like they ready to take this division by storm. Them and Detroit. I like what I see out of them. Crappy ass Minnesota and Chicago. Sorry, producers. I pay the fine. All right. Brock Purdy against the Rams. Absolutely. Brock Purdy going for. Nah, he going for three. He going for three. He might run one though. But he going for three. Say three. I think Christian McCaffrey. Oh, I want to say four just because they have Christian McCaffrey. He can, if one is thrown, that extra one is thrown as a touchdown. Like I don't know. He goes. I don't know. Four. I'm gonna say four. I'm gonna say the upside is four touchdowns for Brock Purdy. Screw it. I don't care. I said he got two last week with 250, and he did exactly that. So I'm gonna say he's gonna get four against these crappy Rams, okay? Sam Howell, no. Mac Jones against Miami, and then Vic Fangio defense. Mac Jones did good last week. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you not. Look, he did good. Okay, if you got unless you have another option over Mac Jones, I'm just saying when I say yes, these are if these are your available options to you. Okay, uh, I do see Mac Jones having a decent game again, two touchdowns on the day. Hopefully, he doesn't turn the ball over against Miami. But I do have Miami winning this game because I have two throwing for CJ Stroud. Which he shouldn't even be on your roster. He should be on the waiver wire, sitting there, shrinking, getting lower. Because people climbing above him. He trash. Don't put that man in your game. Indiana is going to win that game. Matter of fact, I don't care who you got on your team. You start Anthony Richardson against this Houston defense. Please do that, okay? All right. Let's see. Where are we at? Baker Mayfield against Chicago. Because you know I'm scratching my head. I gotta sit and tell y'all, yes. Yes, especially after what you saw him do to Minnesota. Yes. Start Baker. And I think dude won angry run with I think he won the doggone scepter. Being a buck. Yes. I like what I saw. Yes. Start Baker Mayfield against the Chicago Bears defense. Yes. Shoot, if you got Mike Evans, fool, you got Chris Godwin. Boy, I don't believe in Chicago. I don't believe in them. Okay. Uh, it's nothing there. Let's see. Derek Carr against Carolina. Absolutely. Please. You're starting Derek Carr against Carolina. All right. Bryce Young, bench. Jimmy Garoppolo against Buffalo. Yeah, I'm starting Jimmy against Buffalo. I don't know if Jacoby Myers is back out of concussion protocol. Hopefully, Devontae Adams has a better game. And then hopefully there are other pieces, other players to pick up the pieces. Hopefully Josh Jacobs has a better rushing game, but I'll start Jimmy against Buffalo. But that's if that's your only option. Like if you got something else, of course you're not starting Jimmy. I just do like his matchup against that Buffalo defense. I'm not sold on Buffalo's defense. Don't get me wrong. I think they'll sack Jimmy a couple times, but I think you can score on their defense. Let's see. Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett. You know what? Yes. I am starting Kenny Pickett against Cleveland. You want to know why? Because let's see if I can pull it up real quick. Last week's stats. Yeah, last week he had 232 yards and a touchdown. He just had two interceptions. Hopefully he can clean up that mess and turn those two interceptions into two more touchdowns. Then he's fine. But the yards are there. The touchdown is there with the upside of a couple more. So we can't have the turnovers. But damn, he's playing against that Browns defense that just mollywopped Cleveland. Nah, I'm benching Kenny Pickett. Not high enough. Not high enough to start. Yeah, you can bench Kenny Pickett. Let him prove again. He's another one. Let him prove to us he deserves to be starting against certain defenses. But right now, yeah, he's a bencher. All right. Next, we have Ryan Tannehill against the Chargers. Let's see here. Ryan Tannehill against the Chargers is a no. I'm not doing that. I think Tannehill's arm is done. I don't think there's enough there for him to really push his team forward. He might get his. There's nothing but. I mean, there's nobody there to take his job, so it's just gonna be a bad season for Tennessee. So against, I think the Chargers might even have. Excuse me. Chargers might even have two interceptions out of this game. So no, I do have the Chargers winning. I do have. Yeah, I have the Chargers winning this game. So yeah. Don't bench Ryan Tannehill. Zach Wilson against Dallas is a bench. Shouldn't even be in your team. Desmond Ritter against Green Bay, that's a bench. And Josh Dobbs against the Giants. I would say start Josh Dobbs against the Giants, bro. Because why? I have a freaking feeling that the Cardinals are going to win this stupid game. That's why. So start Josh Dobbs if you had to. If you wanted to be a ass, and it's like if you're playing DraftKings and that's your low end quarterback, yeah, because you can get some other good weapons in. Yeah, start Josh Dobbs against the New York Giants. Please do. I'm dead serious about it. I'm not joking. But Josh Dobbs, not in standard league, not in any standard league, PPR leagues. This is straight money leagues, like tier groups, lineups for DraftKings. Yeah, start Josh Dobbs in that form. Absolutely, he deserves a start because for some ignorant reason they're gonna win this game against the Giants. Don't know why. I think the Giants are gonna be shown to be a little bit overrated this year. All right, so we've gotten done with quarterbacks. Now let's get into the nitty gritty of wide receivers. No, running back. Sorry. All right, Christian McCaffrey definitely is a start against LA. Saquon Barkley, I'm starting Saquon Barkley against Arizona. Absolutely. He'll do better against that. He'll do better than what he did last week. Austin Eckler, he's questionable against Tennessee, but if he's a start, you start Austin Eckler. Nick Chubb against Pittsburgh is a start. Tony Pollard against the Jets is a start. Look at that. Look at Tony. Bijan Robinson against Green Bay, he's a start. Travis Etienne against Kansas City, he's a start. Man is one of my respect. Little boy can run. I can't look. Can't knock something that's earned respect. Like I know I don't like the fact that he's small, but for the next whatever time, however long he can last, he running hard and he running real good. And he is a beautiful net for Trevor Lawrence. So start Travis Etienne. Derrick Henry against the Chargers is a sit. Bench. I'm benching Derrick Henry. Uh, Aaron Jones against Atlanta, he's questionable, but if he's a go, let's look at the report. I like the fact I can do that. All right, so he sat out practice. So it's a hamstring. He was a non-participant in Thursday's practice. Ooh, no, I don't know. That worries me. Um, if he doesn't practice Friday, for me it's a no, but it still might be a no even if he does. I'm real. I'm real nervous about that hamstring. And then he's going against Atlanta, and he's going to get hit a lot. So I don't know. Aaron Jones might have to be a sit this week. Yeah, we may have to go with the we may have to go with the backup on this one, Pips. All right. So yeah, I don't like what I see in that injury report. Because with Eckler, he's dealing with an ankle, but it's the same ankle that he played with. So I'm not too worried about that. Hamstrings are so different. He'll come out the game, and that's what worries me. So I'm gonna say bench Aaron Jones. Kenneth Walker against Detroit. He had 10 points in the loss. If you can put him in as your flex, he's a start. If you have to start him, be weary. He has upside, but he could against that Detroit defense. He may not. I mean, there's four dudes behind in Kansas City couldn't do nothing. So I don't know. It might be a little bit rough in that game against Detroit. But if again, I would say, I mean, the Rams' run defense ain't no slouch, and he got 10 points. So again, flex purposes, then you can start Kenneth Walker in your flex. Outside of that, he's a bench. Josh Jacobs in Buffalo, he's a start. Ramondre Stevenson in Miami is a, let me see. Yeah, he's a start. Ramondre's a start. Miles Sanders is a bench. Brees Hall, he's questionable. Let's see what this injury report is saying. He had 127 yards performance, which was beautiful. He's let's see, knee, limited practice. He practiced. Hall's good to go. Yeah, I'm starting Brees Hall against Dallas. Let's see here. I don't know. I'm not starting Brees Hall against Dallas, actually. If you do start Brees Hall, drop him to your flex and see if you can put somebody else in that starting role. But I don't know if I want to have him as my starting back. That defense, I don't think that defense in Dallas is fluky, and they stopped the run and the pass in Detroit, I mean, in New York. So I'd be weary personally. I would move it to my flex if I had to, and I take those flex points if there are only 14 or less, rather than him my running back only getting me 9 points. Because if he doesn't score against his Dallas defense, it's going to be ugly unless he catches some passes. Alexander Madison, we knew was a bench. I told y'all that. Damian Pierce is a bench. Do not start him. I don't know why y'all have him. Told y'all he wasn't worth. I didn't think he was worth a draft pick, to be honest with you. If somebody else wanted that headache, of course, for me personally, you take it. uh, Joe Mixon against Baltimore is a start. Jamal Williams in Carolina is a start. Najee Harris against Cleveland is a start. Jamar Gibbs in Seattle is a start. Absolutely. I think he's going to get worked in a little bit more. They even have him higher than Montgomery on the rankings, and I believe that too, because I think they're going to scale. They're either going to split or Jamar Gibbs may have more points based on he may score a couple more touchdowns, and Dave Montgomery could have the yardage with none or the yardage with a touchdown. Um, let's see. So yeah, I would start Jamar Gibbs. I would start Tyler Algier. I would start Brian. Yeah, guess what? I'm starting Brian Robinson. Hey, coach, ain't hashtagging silence and mark nothing on this show. Look here. That man came on the show. That man spilt his blood, sweat, and tears on what he said Brian Robinson was going to do for them boys this year. And guess what Brian Robinson did? He stole the lead back role. So I do owe an apology. Anybody that drafted Gibson, he's getting scaled back. Brian Robinson about to take bulk of this, bro. I'm gonna tell you. Look at this. Look at this report. Let's see. Robinson carried the ball 19 times. Now, I don't like the 59 yards. However, they were playing against this Cardinals defense that came out of nowhere and played pretty well. All right. Uh, he did score. Let's see. What am I looking for? He's Sam Howell's open field target. Yeah, he took the role. He's taking the starting role because it looks like he's also um oh, he hauled in a touchdown pass too. Yeah, he's gonna take the starting role, guys. Um Yeah, I'm definitely starting him. I'm definitely starting Brian Robinson. I think you're gonna see a little bit more of what that limited miss this that you saw last week. You're gonna see a little bit more against the Denver defense. I think Gibson will still be worked in, but I think Brian Robinson's taking that role, guys. Mark, you were right. You get that one from Coach. Good job. All right, Raheem Mostert in New England. I'm not starting Raheem Mostert in New England. Sorry, I don't want to start any running back. I think he'll still score. Um, But he like I said, he's a 13 pointer. Like that's those are flex numbers. If this was standard league, not PPR, yes, I'm starting Raheem Mostert. If this is PPR, you're not starting Raheem Mostert. You're flexing Raheem Mostert. Okay. Uh, David Montgomery, I'm flexing Montgomery, not starting. Samaje P. Ryan. He had more points than Javonte Williams. So I'm not starting him. I'm flexing him if I had to. Because it looks like it looked like he had a very busy active game. Uh, and I don't think that's going to stop. They're going to use every asset of weaponry they have in Denver because they're going to need to win. And I don't think they're getting one against Washington. I think Washington actually does come away with this win. Let's see. James Cook, nope, not starting him in Las Vegas. DeAndre Swift was a start, as I said last night. Rashad White in Chicago, nope, not starting Rashad White. I think he sucks. Dalvin Cook, nope, not starting Dalvin Cook. He's a bench. James Conner in New York. Yep, I'm starting James Conner. James Conner should be started against the New York Giants. Absolutely. Let's see. Khalil Herbert against Tampa Bay. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll start Khalil. Hopefully he can get in the end zone. But he's catching and passing, so hopefully he's getting you flex numbers. So I would definitely would have him in my lineup if I could put him in flex, and hopefully he can score in this game. But it would have to be a rushing touchdown. It can't be a passing because that boy Fields. All right, Javonte Williams. I'm so disappointed in the performance that was put up last week, but it was 9 points, close to 10. I'm going to start Javonte Williams against this. Yeah, I'll start him against Washington. That's not a problem. Roshan Johnson. Yep. Well, nah, that I don't know. I wouldn't start him. I keep my eye on him. I keep my eye on him. Put him on your bench. If you can grab him and put him on your bench, definitely do that. It's like I like what I see, and there's something there I don't like what I'm seeing. Okay, and it's his yardage. I got to look at his usage. Pay more attention to him in this week's game against Tampa Bay. But Roshan Johnson should be on people's radar, and if not, on your bench. Right. Joshua Kelly should be on your bench, and he should start. I would start Josh Kelly. Flex him if you had to, because I think they're going to use both running backs, especially if that ankle for Eckler is bothering him. You'll see a little bit more of Josh Kelly, especially between the tackles. So flex him if you had to. Uh, nope, I'm not starting Jalen Warren. That is a bench. AJ Dillon is a flex option, especially if Aaron Jones is not a go. Isaiah Pacheco is a start. Hopefully he does a little better against Jacksonville. Zeke is a bench. Justice Hill is a start. He should be on your teams. Gus Edwards is a bench. Kyron Williams. Kyron Williams should be on your roster. Bench. Flex if you had to. Cam Akers. Cam Akers should be on the bench. Don't start Cam Akers. No to Antonio Gibson. No to Elijah Mitchell. The only way he's touching the field really in big ways is if McCaffrey is gone. Let's see, Deion Johnson. No to Deion Johnson. No to Clyde. Definitely no to Clyde Edwards-Helaire. No to Tajay Spears. No to Tank Bigsby. Because ETN is eating right now. Sorry. All right. Next, we have wide receivers. All right, let's see. Jamar Chase is a start. Justin Jefferson was a start, as we discussed last night. Stephon Diggs is definitely a start. Tyreek Hill is a start. Amon-Ra St. Brown is a start. Devontae Adams is a start. Calvin Ridley is a start. Jalen Waddle. Wait, what is this? Okay, yeah. Adams practiced fully. Just had to check that report. And he did practice fully, so he's a go. Absolutely. He returned to full practice on Thursday. Yeah, so he is good to go. So he should be, yeah. Start Devontae Adams. Calvin Ridley's a start. Jalen Waddle. Let's check this report real quick. Practice. Let's see. Waddle was his oblique. He was a full practice on Thursday. Yeah, Waddle's good to go. Hopefully, he can get more than 11 points. I don't know. It's a Tyreek Hill show. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be real rough. All right, AJ Brown. Well, I did say start him, so I guess I do owe an apology. He only got 6 points in a 34-28 win. He only had 29 yards receiving, so he's a little ticked off with his team right now. Don't know what to tell you. It's the Smitty show. I mean, you had 14 last year. I didn't think you're gonna get that this year. So yeah, that's my apology. Was telling you right to start AJ Brown. Chris Olave is a start in Carolina. I think he's gonna put up 2 touchdowns in this game. CD Lamb is a start in the Jets against the Jets. Let me check something real quick. Yeah, CD Lamb is a start against the Jets. DK Metcalf, flex, flex him. Can't disrespect the 13 you have. Flex him. That's all he get. T. Higgins, we can start him. We don't bench T. Higgins, but man, we got to be. We can't see that again of what we saw last week. And again, I don't blame him. I blame the quarterback. So hopefully burrowing out again. So yeah, we start T. Higgins. Devontae Smith was a start. I told y'all to start Smitty. 131 yards and a touchdown. It's his year. I'm telling y'all. Last week he had last week was 47 in the touchdown, so it can't fall. But last week was a bad game for just the offensive way, the way they were gelling anyway. Keenan Allen against Tennessee. He has to start. Keenan Allen is a start. DeAndre Hopkins. He was not at practice. He did not practice Wednesday either. So it's basically what comes down to Friday. So if the Hopkins practice Friday, I'd start him, flex him possibly. But he deserves, yeah. If he practices on Thursday, obviously, if he don't practice Thursday, he may not play. Um, let's see. Brandon Ayuk is definitely a start. He is my gold start. Bruh, I think Brandon Ayuk going off again. Mike Evans is a start. Debo Samuel. What did you get last week, Debo? Yeah, Debo's a start. He's a flex option, but he's a start. Michael Pittman is a start against Houston. The most definitely. He loves his quarterback. His quarterback loves him. It's going to be a good day. Not for Houston. Garrett Wilson. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. I'm going to say bench Garrett Wilson. I'm going to have to say bench Garrett Wilson. Um, Maybe stick him in your flex, but he only had 34 yards with Zach Wilson. That's not good. That's really, 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 really bad. And again, they won against the Bills, who were inefficient. That's different. I don't think this. I'm calling the bench on Garrett Wilson in this game. Mari Cooper against Pittsburgh. No. What? What? I mean, he's the number one. Oof. And Pittsburgh really got to show they better than they. Yeah. We can start him. Hopefully, it's a better show out. Yeah, start him, Mari Cooper. Let's see. Just check on this injury for Jerry Judy. Judy hamstring practice fully Thursday. Good job. Um, Okay, so he's poised to make his debut against the Commanders. All right, cool. So it kind of sucked that he didn't. Thought that grade one would have had him play last week. So I do apologize for that. Hopefully nobody had him in his lineup. Had him in their lineup because I didn't correct myself on that one. But he should be a good go for against Washington. So yeah, I would start Jerry Judy. DJ Moore is a start, no matter what, no matter how crappy. Nope, nope, not DJ Moore. I'm thinking Mooney. Sorry, not DJ Moore. Bench DJ Moore. Chris Godwin is a start. Mike Williams. Well, I guess I can bash you again since I bashed Debo. You suck. Against Tennessee though, yeah, I'll start him. Terry McLaurin is a start against Denver. Yeah, I'll start Terry McLaurin against Denver. Let's see. Puka. I think hopefully people picked you up. You will start. Wait. No, you're not. Nope. Nope. Everybody went and chased this love story. Nope. One, he's questionable. Two, he didn't practice on Thursday. Uh nah. Don't even nope. Put him on your bench. Watch. You don't even think he's playing. If he does play, he ain't gonna do nothing playing San Francisco. Do not put Puka in your starting lineup. Zay Flowers belongs in your starting lineup. Yes, Zay Flowers. Please put Zay in your starting lineup. Jahan Dotson. Flex. Put him in your flex. Jordan Addison what did you get? I think I said start you. Yeah, Jordan Addison was a good start. He's taking the number 3 target role. Okay, because Hawkinson has the number 2 target role. Tyler Lockett against Detroit. Yeah, I'm starting Tyler Lockett, of course. George Pickens. Ooh. Yeah. Deontay Johnson's actually out for 4 weeks due to hamstring. So excuse me. So yeah, George Pickens is a go for starting. Michael Thomas. I forgot who it was that said Michael Thomas is on a comeback rise. I'll give you that one. It was a small one, but I'll give it to you, and I'm with it. I'm starting Michael Thomas in my lineup. I know who would have thought I'd been saying that anytime soon, right? But yeah, Michael Thomas is a star. I flex him, but he's a star. Romeo Dobbs. Ooh. All right, limited participant with the hamstring on Thursday. That's good. He practiced. So we don't know if he's suffering a setback. So um basically if he ends up on the injury report on Thursday, he is a no-go. He's a no-go. Even if he is, I don't know, if he's questionable, still dealing with a hamstring going into that game, I don't know. Shoot. But Green Bay might not win this game without Romeo Dobbs. He got 2 of their stars. Yeah, I'm gonna switch that one. I think Atlanta's dang man. I think Atlanta gonna win this game. I think Green Bay is pretty beat up right now, early this season. I think Atlanta's gonna end up winning this game. Crap. Yeah, I'm gonna switch that one. Atlanta for the win. Uh, all right, Cortland Sutton is a go. Start Cortland Sutton, Nico Collins. Sure. Yeah, I'm starting Nico Collins. I told you guys, grab Nico Collins. If anything, CJ Stroud can hit him in the open field. That's about it. He'll collect yards and get you some good flex points. Brandon Cooks, I think he's gonna be out. Yeah, he's not even practicing. He didn't practice Thursday. He's showing improvement, but I don't think he's gonna play. And if he is, it's not gonna be enough for you to start him. So that's a no. Jackson Smith, nah, I'd bench him. Drake London, ooh, nope, bench him. He got to show you something. Elijah Moore is a bench. Christian Kirk, Christian Kirk is a bench. They done messed around and found every other weapon. Nope, I'm not starting Christian Kirk. Bench him. Marquise Brown, Marquise Brown is bench. He's trash. Tutu Atwell. Start Tutu Atwell. Especially, I mean, you have to start him because oh boy is injured and they don't have anywhere else to go with the ball. So yeah, I'm starting Tutu Atwell. Gabe Davis. I bet you Gabe Davis. He's a wash. Uh, Jonathan Mingo. Nope. Rashad Bateman. Uh, flexing. If you have to start him, if not, bench him. He's disappointing me. Quentin Johnson. That's a bench. Odell Beckham. That's I'm playing. What are they playing? Cincinnati. Yeah, I'm benching Odell. Michael Gallup. Mr. Start Michael Gallup. Start Michael Gallup. I'm saying that because with Brandon Cooks possibly not playing, Brandon Cooks could see more touches. So flex him, flex him. All right, Jaden Reed. Yeah, that's a start. It looks like they're so depleted in receivers and injuries that Reed may be the guy, basically next man up. So yeah, I think with Bibby, good call on Reed, my boy. Good job. Yeah, so I definitely would start Reed over Josh Reynolds due to the fact Reed is going to look like to be the number one target in this offense for this weekend. Don't know if that's going to give him the win, but I still think I got to go with Atlanta for the win. I just don't think with the injury they have, I don't think Green Bay has enough to win this. It sucks. So I actually was kind of going on it. I was kind of like I was enjoying what I like what I saw out of them, especially against Chicago, who they should not have beaten. All right, Kadarius Toney is a drop. Oh no, he better not be on your doggone benches. Tyler Boyd, bench. He should be. Yeah, he should be benched. Sky Moore. No, he's a bench. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know he got to throw it to him. I mean, it could say start because where else is he gonna go, right? I don't know what to say. Start him, I guess. You don't have a choice. You have any other receivers. Somebody got because you can't throw 25 passes to Travis Kelsey, who's still dealing with a bone bruise. So yeah, you may have to start Tony and Sky Moore if those are your options. All right. Marvin Mims. No, that's a bench. Juju Smith Schuster. That's a bench. Alan Lazard. That's a bench. A bench. All right, tight ends. Mark Andrews dealing with an injury, huh? Limited practice. So unless he practices fully on Friday, um, he'll be listed for a questionable Sunday against the Bengals. Have Isaiah likely ready to go? Darren Waller, what the reports got on you, my boy? Hamstring was limited for Thursday's practice. He had Wednesday off with a break. Returned to practice one day later. Ugh. I'm benching Waller. Sorry. TJ Hawkinson was a start, of course. George Kittle is a what are they playing? George Kittle's a start against the Rams. Evan Ingram against Kansas City is a start. Absolutely. Dallas Goddard. Well, he was a start if you had him. If that was he's what number 7, 8 in tight ends. Yeah, 7. See, and he got you 8 points. I mean, if you got Dallas Goddard, that's what you were hoping for. 8+. They won't get you any less because the yardage are going to be there at what? Dallas Goddard, he got 20. Oh, he only got 22 yards. I'm shocked. That's what it was. He didn't get the 45 he should have gotten. That's right. Um, See, and that's the thing. The Dallas Goddard, it's going to be slow, and you got to hope throughout that game, through those little passes he gets, he can get you to 45. Kyle Pitts is a bench. Tyler Higbee, I'm benching him against San Francisco. Yeah. Cole Kmet against Tampa Bay is a start. Cole Kmet is a start. Dan Schultz, Dalton Schultz against Indiana is a bench. David Njoku is a bench and a drop. I mean, I don't see it. There's nothing there, guys. There's what are we waiting for? Y'all call him the Joker. He made me laugh every year. His hair get longer, his chest get bigger. His catch ratio getting smaller. No, I'm good on Joku. Adam Troutman, yeah, that's a start. That's a start there. If you're looking for a tight end, Adam Troutman, Denver Broncos tight end. Gerald Everett, that's a bench and a drop. I think he's a wash. I think they need to find another tight end, to be honest with you. Zach Ertz, if you're looking deep, Zach Ertz is available. Logan Thomas, if you're looking deep, Logan Thomas is available for a start. Yeah, and I will start him. Hayden Hurst is a start. Absolutely. Start Hayden Hurst. Start Hayden Hurst. Start Hayden Hurst. I think that's all they got. He's the next Greg Olson. Start Hayden Hurst for Carolina. Let's see. Luke McGraves. Oh, that's enough. We're not starting that. Dalton Kincaid for Buffalo. No, that's not a start. Sam Laporta for Detroit. Yeah, I'm starting Sam Laporta. Jake Ferguson for the Cowboys. No, that is a bench. Noah Gray is a bench and a drop. No, not a drop. In case Kelsey isn't full go. No, I like Blake Bell better. Yeah, I like Blake Bell better. Go Blake Bell over Noah Gray. Noah Gray is a bench. All right, so we have tight ends done. Kickers. Kick the ball. Kick the ball. Gotta kick it out the field goal. Start. Justin Tuck is a start. Tuck leg. Harrison Butler is a start. Jason Myers. No. Bench Jason Myers, or don't even touch Jason Myers. Evan McPherson. No. That leg is overpaid and overrated now. No, I'm not saying it. It's not overrated, but it's there. I don't know. They score too many touchdowns for field goals. He's just good for the extra points and to bail them out in the late game. Jake Elliott was a start. Absolutely 12 points. First week was 17. So, yes, I was right about Jake Elliott. Jason Sanders in Miami. Yep. I would start Jason Sanders. Absolutely. Jake Moody for San Francisco. Yep. He's a start as well. Brandon McManus for the Jacksonville Jaguars. No, do not start him. Tyler Bass for the Buffalo Bills. Start Tyler Bass. Let's see. Riley Patterson for Detroit. No. Bench. Yeah, don't touch him. Cameron Dicker for the Chargers. Yes. Start Cameron Dicker. Let's see. Do not start Young Hoku. Greg Joseph was not a start. Greg Zerline is not a start. I don't know. I don't even think they're gonna make it over the 50-yard line. But start. You can start Greg Zerline. Dan Carlson for the Raiders is a no, not against Buffalo. Saints kicker, yes. I would start Blake Group. Nick Folk for Tennessee is a no. Carolina, Eddie Pinheiro, no. Yeah, Carolina, Eddie Pinheiro, no. Chase McLaughlin, yeah, for Tampa Bay, yeah, I'd start Chase. Absolutely. Brandon Arbery from the Cowboys, yeah, I like that against the Jets. Mike Bagley, nope. I don't even know why you're here. Let's see. Matt Gay is a bench. Matt Mayer, Brett Mayer is a start. And Joey Sly. Nope. Do not start Joey Sly. All right. Those are your kickers. And last but not least, we got this wonderful defense. So if you started the Eagles defense, let's see what you got. 9 points, and that's because of they allowed 20 points. That's fine. They were missing a pick. They had 2 sacks, and they had 4 fumble recovery. So they had 9 points. And it's not bad. It's not bad. Again, it was a high score game. I did say don't play either one, but if you did play if you did play uh Philly's defense, you got 9 points. If you play Minnesota's defense, why y'all hiding? They ain't even showing me Minnesota defense. Vikings defense, I want to see. They won't let me see it. Oh well. All right. So Cowboys defense. That's a start against the Jets. Starting. I Cleveland. Where we starting you? Where did you do last week? I'm not starting Cleveland against Pittsburgh. No. Denver against Washington. No. San Francisco. Yes. Indianapolis Colts. Yes. Definitely starting the Colts defense. New Orleans Saints defense against Carolina. Yep, I'm starting that defense as well. Washington against Denver. Yep, I'm starting Washington's defense. Houston's no. Giants no. Philly, we see what they did. Green Bay's defense against Atlanta. Yeah, I'm starting Green Bay defense. No, I'm not starting that Green Bay defense. I think Atlanta's going to win this game. So no, I'm not starting Green Bay's defense. Carolina no. Buffalo no. Tampa Bay's defense yes. Cincinnati Bengals, no. Chicago Bears, no. Jets, no. Baltimore Ravens defense. Yes, I'm starting Ravens defense. I think, yeah, because unless the less Bengals come out and win this game at home, which they should, but I don't think they will. I don't know. It's a tough one. Their defense. hmm. With it being a low scoring game, yeah, I'll start both Cincinnati and I'll start the Ravens defense. That's fine. Chargers defense. No, do not start Chargers defense. They let you score. Pittsburgh's defense. They had 3 sacks. They had a forced fumble. They just had no interceptions. And who are they playing? They're playing Cleveland. Yeah, I'll start Pittsburgh defense. Arizona's defense against yeah, I'm starting Arizona's defense. Kansas City's defense against Jacksonville. No. Do not start them. And Seattle's defense against Detroit. No. Not starting Seattle's defense at all. Not with a -1 performance last week. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was today's show. We just had some recaps of yesterday's wonderful game. And we went over basically our starting sits for this week. I think did I miss a game? Give me 1 second. I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody. No, I got everybody. All right. Yeah, so yeah, we just a nice, good episode to get you guys ready. Again, pay attention to the injury reports. I wish I could do a show after the report comes out. Only issues I'm at work around that time, then I got to get up for class in the morning, 8 o'clock class in the morning. So still got the time, and then turn around and go right back to work for Saturday night. So this Friday morning is basically where I can get all my starts and sits in for everybody. So I do hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Hey, look, Colorado, I'm with the Dion look, pimps. Okay. Stay in your lane, man. Stay in your lane. All that man did was go to practice. All that man did was prepare these young boys. All this man did go out here and go 2-0 or 1. Why you want issues? Why you want Dion's issues? Now he gonna give them to you. You asked for it. You made it personal. Now I'm gonna enjoy some Saturday. I'm gonna enjoy some college football. And I'm gonna, oh my God, don't lose. Don't let Deion Sanders go to practice, give that speech, pump these boys up, and just destroy everything about your organization. That's just great football to me. I hope you all enjoyed today's show. Coach is out.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.